Hey, everybody, it's Joe Conti, and I want to welcome you to episode number 16. It's not 15, which we say in the episode, but because we're always 1 week behind, and we're not very good at prepping for anything, so we apologize. This is episode 16 of the Honeymooners podcast with me, Joe Conti, and Louis Fats.
Ralph, what's in the box?
Oh, the surprise. When I went over for the job at the Spiffy Company, well, I ran into one of the salesmen. He sold me an iron. Isn't that a beauty? Well, you see it work. This is going to make your job a lot easier, Alice. Now, as soon as this thing heats up, you go in and get the ironing board. And when you see how this thing works, you'll be amazed at the simplicity of its operation. Now.
Testing, hot outbound count. 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to hear? Lower your right shoulder. Go!
The Honeymooners Podcast, the only podcast that is all about the greatest show of all time. With the stars, Joe Conti and Louis Fats.
Welcome, fellow raccoons and raccoonets. What's happening, all you Hurricanes, all you Bensonhurst Bombers, and all you Carlos Sanchez's of the world? You're listening to the Honeymooners Podcast with me, Joe Conti, and my pal Louis Fats.
Yeah, now I'm a full-grown nut.
Yes, the only discussion-based podcast all about the greatest show of all time. We record in the Non-Productive studios in Clifton, New Jersey. And if you're listening on iTunes, go to your the rating page and give us a 5-star rating and leave a review. And if you just want to listen to us right off your computer, you go to non-productive.com/honeymooners. And you can subscribe anywhere that you get your podcast. And don't forget to like our Honeymooners Podcast Facebook page. And how you doing, Louis?
Doing good, Joe.
Yes, I'm looking forward to this as usual.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I didn't get to do the ShopRite thing yet.
I did this morning.
You already did your
I went
ShopRite
on this morning.
thing. Yeah.
I'm really jacked up for this.
Yeah. Are you a coupon guy?
Of course I am.
Now, let me ask you real quick. I know this isn't Honeymooners, but is it coupons or coupon?
I say coupons.
I say coupons, too. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird when somebody says coupons.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm like, I put coupons in my ears, clean ears. You know what I mean? But welcome, everybody. Episode number 15.
Yeah.
Yep.
15 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, we started on June. I think the first episode came out June 20th.
Yeah.
I only remember because it was the day my dad had his appendix taken
There you
out.
go.
Yeah, the one appendix wonder, my dad. I mean, not appendix, kidney. I'm sorry. Yeah. If he would, his appendix, I think he'd be all right. But who knows? But anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. We have a great show for you today. First off, we wanted to, because we do a thing about the flubs, and we're going to
love it.
We're doing 2 flubs later on. Yeah. We're just going to do flub of the day.
Yeah.
Flub of the week. But this one is a different type of flub. It's almost like a glaring mistake in one of the episodes.
Yeah.
Not a line, not a sound. It was a glaring mistake in either somebody missed. It was either Art Carney completely missed saying something, or they left a glaring hole in the script.
In the script. It could have been just part of the script that they didn't catch it.
I can't understand how they could, because if I saw it,
Especially Gleason not catching it.
exactly
Caught everything.
and I'm an idiot, and I noticed it right away. I was like, "Wait a minute, this can't be right." So we're gonna start, and so there's no name for this or anything. It's from the episode "Mind Your Own Business," and what's great is that we'll play a little clip of it because it's fun. People, we're getting such great feedback, and especially when we mix in with the clips.
I think we're getting a really positive feedback with the clips when we put the clips in a few episodes back, and I think it just adds to it.
Yeah,
people just love hearing.
Yeah,
it.
and especially the last 2 where
So
we dissected.
Yeah.
This, we dissected your favorite scene, one of your favorite scenes, and then we dissected one of my favorite scenes. But this is different. This is where and first we're gonna play the first part when they're playing cards. Right. And we all know
the famous gin game.
The gin, and so we'll
you
just
throw a card while you're still young.
Norton, you play gin rummy your way, and I'll play gin rummy my way. My way is the scientific way.
And this we just like
That
keep
takes
it
a
in
lot
there.
of figuring.
Yeah, because it's funny.
Yeah.
For instance, I noticed that you picked up a queen before. And I know you picked it up to make a run of 3 queens. I also know that you have a run of clubs. I also noticed that you threw away 2 sevens. Therefore, you couldn't possibly use the card that I'm about to throw down, which is a 7 of spades. That's scientific figuring.
That's 7-Eleven gin.
He says that so great.
See there? 25 for gin. That's a total of 90. Boy, I'm telling you, it's a good thing that... You know, if you were Rockefeller's son, I'd never have to work another day as long as I live. What a trouncing. 28,000 pints. That wasn't a blitz. That was a blounce. You owe me 14 cents.
Okay, now
I don't owe you anything yet. We haven't finished playing. Now, let's get on with the next hand.
I don't want it.
Here we go.
Here we go. Okay.
What do you mean you don't want it?
I can't.
We got plenty of time. The girls won't be home for another hour.
Well, I can't. I can't concentrate on the game. I got something on my mind.
But what could you possibly have on your
Your
mind?
Well, you know, that promotion that was due me in the sewer? I think they're going to give it to Cassidy.
Another Cassidy.
Well, how can they give it to Cassidy? He's only been with the sewer company for about a year. Why should they give it to him instead of you?
Well, I think it's politics. You know, he got pretty close to the big shots downtown.
He's only been with the company for a year. How could he get close to the big shots?
Well, don't forget, for the last 6 months, he's been working on the sewer right underneath City Hall.
You're just looking for an excuse, Norton. You could get that promotion if you wanted it. All you have to do is go in and sell yourself to them. Tell them how important you are to their organization.
Right.
Well, I don't think I have to do that, Ralph. I think they appreciate what I'm doing, the job I'm doing.
Just go in and tell them that this is your future. And your future isn't next year or next month or next week or even tomorrow. Your future is now, right now. And that's when you want the promotion, right now.
That's right.
Well, supposing they don't want to give me the promotion.
Then you're scared them to death. Tell them you quit. Tell them after 17 years in the sewer, you're finally washing your hands of the whole thing.
Ralph makes a sewer joke there.
Think that'll scare them, huh?
Certainly it'll scare them. They know they need you. They know it. And what's more important, now you know that they need you. Thanks to me.
Thanks to me.
All right? Now, let's go on with our game.
No, I don't want to. No,
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. We're going to be tackling two things right here.
Yeah.
Not only is this scene important to what we're about to talk about, there is a little flub here.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got a little flub. I didn't even. I just realized. I'm
There
like,
is a flub in there.
that's right, and it's going to be. You'll hear the flub.
I can't. I'd rather not play anymore. And listen, forget about the 14 cents show.
Oh, I'm not forgetting about it. I lost 14 cents playing cards. And I'm going to pay it off. All I want is a chance to break even. Now, we'll play one more hand, double or nothing.
No, I don't want to play. I don't want to play, particularly double or nothing, because when you win, then you always start yelling and screaming at me.
I promise you I will not yell and scream.
I want to know why he would yell and scream if he won.
won. Yeah, that's the flub.
Because I'm out to get you.
I'm out to get you. Yeah, that's a giant flub.
Flub right there. Yeah.
It's your pick. Come on!
That was a good smack.
Yeah.
That was one of those. It was a good one. All right. So, yeah, this is a great throw out.
Great
too.
throw there. It's a visual
It's
throw
a
out.
visual throw out
Yeah, so-
because it's just a little, the thumb.
Flicks the thumb.
You get the face. Now he's pointing, and he kind of almost tiptoes out.
Yeah.
I got to admit, Ralph, this time you didn't yell at me because you were...
Yeah, it's great. But anyway, okay. So now we're setting it up. But first of all, it's a flub.
It's a flub, yeah.
Because
it's
like
supposed to say when you lose
either
or
when you lose or when I win.
Yeah.
Right. And he's going to
screws it
start
up.
screaming and yelling and all that. But
And
now,
also, I guess I want to think about
Yeah.
the 28,000 points equaling
Okay.
14
here comes Louis and his
Right, here's the math.
Here's Louis and his calculus.
calculus.
Yes, his calculations.
My
Go ahead.
slide rule.
Yes.
I don't have a calculator.
Lucky the sun's out.
Well,
We
yeah,
can
really.
figure this
'Cause
out. Go
my
ahead.
son died. I can know what time it is. It comes out to .0000005 per point.
Per point. Like, I don't even know what that is. First of all, there's no monetary value. But even the percentage, I don't even know what fraction that is.
It's like it's like 5 1/millionths of a penny.
Oh, that's great. Oh, man. All right. So now you obviously understand, right? And most people, I think, that are big fans of the show might even know what we're going to do. But the point is, Ralph tells Ed, you got to go in there and scare him to death.
Right.
Threaten your boss. And so now the next scene, Alice is there and Ed comes in.
Right.
And here's where it gets a little.
Yeah,
you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
this doesn't
something's
make
up
sense.
here. Yeah,
right.
Something's.
Just
hi, Ed.
his movements are fantastic.
Ralph home yet?
No, not yet, Ed. You had your supper already?
No. I haven't even been upstairs.
Is there something bothering you, Ed?
No. What? Me? No. What, bothering me? No.
Well, I got some delicious goulash. How about trying some?
No, thank you. I don't feel like eating.
You don't feel like eating now. I know there's something bothering you. All right, Ed, now come on, out with it. Something go wrong at work today?
Well, now that you asked, yes, I guess so. I guess you'd call it that. I had words with my boss, Jim McKeever.
Oh, well, those things happen to anyone.
I guess that ring didn't mean much.
Yeah.
It don't happen to anyone this way. After what he told me, I find it impossible to work one more day for him in the sewer.
What'd he tell you?
You're fired.
Ed, he fired you?
Yeah, how do you like that? You get the picture? An old Ed Norton, reliable old Ed Norton, working 17 years in the sewer, and now everything down the drain.
That's a great joke.
Yep.
Oh, Ed.
I don't know what to do. I haven't told Trixie yet. I ain't got the nerve. Hey, Alice, you and Trix have been friends for a long time.
Love this joke.
Suppose you go upstairs and break the news to her.
Oh, no, Ed, that's a man's job.
You're right, Alice. I'll get Ralph to do
I
it.
love that. That's great. That is such a great
Ed, this is
subtle
something you're
joke.
going to have to do yourself. You're
Okay.
going to have to tell Trixie.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But I don't know how to do it. I can't think of the words to say to her. If only I didn't have... Hey, how about this? Maybe if I could tell her that we went broke, that the sewer went bankrupt. No,
So,
Ed, there is no way of getting out of this. You have got to go upstairs
you've
and
got
tell
to go
Trixie.
upstairs. Yeah.
Well, guess you're right, Alice. Gotta face the music, fight fire with fire. I like to say in a trade, Seth Gary.
All right. So now
Yeah.
he tells her that he was fired.
Fired. Yep.
That's all he told
That's
her.
all he told her. Lost his job. Didn't
Yep.
say how.
Didn't it just yeah. And now here comes Ralph.
Hiya, hon.
Oh, hiya, Ralph. Ralph, I got awful bad news for you.
What?
Ed was just down here and he told me he was fired.
Fired?
Yeah? He threatened his boss, told him he had to have a
Right there.
promotion or else. Now,
Right
I wonder who could
there.
have talked Ed into doing a thing like that.
Must have been one of those. I'd love
Yeah, I wonder who could have done a thing like that.
Well, you know, it couldn't have been Ed's idea. It doesn't sound like him at all. I know what it probably was. Probably one of those big mouth characters. You know how those big mouths are, Ralph.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So easy always to tell somebody else, you know, butt into somebody else's business. Those big mouths all the time can figure out everybody else's life, but they never have the courage to do it themselves.
Now, wait a minute, Alice. I got courage.
What?
I mean, if I told somebody to quit their job, I wouldn't do it unless I had the courage to do it myself.
Well, thank heavens you're smart enough to mind your own business.
All right.
Okay.
So now I think you all can see where we're going with this.
Yeah.
He never tells
Tells
her how he got fired.
Exactly.
So was it? It has to be. It's either one of two things. One, they didn't put it in the script,
It was
which doesn't make any sense.
sense, yeah.
Because I noticed it the first time I saw
Yeah.
it, or two, because there was this one part where he kind of hesitates a second. He's like, and then that's when he's like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
well, Ned Norton. You know,
Yeah.
17 years, and so I don't know.
Yeah, because the thing too is if they did it that point, they would probably have to bring Ralph into it. He would have to say, "Well, Ralph told me."
Right.
And so it would actually screws up the the body of this episode.
Or he could have said, I went, or if he would have just said, I went in there and I said, he goes, you're fired.
Yeah.
She goes, really? He goes, yeah, I went in there and I said, hey, listen, you guys got to give me that promotion that I was going to get or I'm leaving. And she's like, and he fired you? He goes, yeah. Look at me, poor old Ed Norton.
17 years.
17 years down the drain. Yeah. And that would have been it.
Yep.
Because he didn't say it was Ralph.
Uh-huh.
He's just saying that's what I did. Because why would he go saying right away?
Yeah.
Because he would just be explaining what happened.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a very weird thing where it's not a flub.
No.
It's a giant gaping hole in the story.
Yeah, it's either an omission in the script.
Yeah.
Or Norton just forgetting.
I don't know.
I don't know
but
either.
If he did, don't you think they would have taken, unless the other take that they did, because they recorded it twice.
If they did every one, I don't know if they did every one.
I don't know.
Because there's so many glaring flubs that stay in that,
Right.
that would have been taken out. I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe they didn't record every one. I know
Maybe
they did, but I
maybe-
don't know if every one. Maybe they
yeah.
Maybe they were selective. When
Maybe
they
there
did
were
it.
some. Maybe they just
Yeah.
thought, you know what, this is good enough, and the reaction from the audience was so good that they were like, you know what, we're just leaving it in. Especially Gleason, because he was a big stickler about spontaneity.
Spontaneity.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly. So maybe he was like, you know what, leave that in.
Yeah.
Because it's look at it, 60 years later, and we're still laughing at top
Yeah.
pan, left
top
pan.
10, left hand, dress pan, draw. I mean, like, which one?
No, stop.
Okay, we're gonna stop that. Yeah. We're gonna ruin something there.
Stop it. But yeah, so I found this to be very interesting and confusing.
Yeah.
But so
we could chalk it up basically to a script flub.
All right.
Because I can't see Norton carrying on that whole way without forgetting, because that would be basically that's the essence of
the story.
What happened.
And especially
How can you
from
leave
what
that out?
everybody says. Everybody says that Audrey Meadows knew everybody's
Everybody's
lines,
line.
that she would have said, well, what got him to fire you?
Yeah, she would have carried on. Like,
She would have carried on.
Got it out of him.
Why did he fire you?
Yeah.
And he would have, and that would have been perfect, because he would have said, I went in there and I said, hey, listen, I'm going to quit if I don't get the promotion.
Yeah.
And then boom.
boom.
Then Ralph comes in, and then they continue.
And they continue on.
So I don't know. That was me. I noticed it.
Honestly, Joe, no, I didn't.
Until I told you?
Until you told me.
Okay.
I never really. Well, I told you also before that this isn't one of my favorite episodes, so I really don't pay much attention to it.
Right.
Of course, watch it because it's the Honeymooners, and there's something great.
And there's still some,
and there's little great things going on in there, but it's not one of my favorites.
Right.
Okay, so that's why maybe I'm not really paying.
And that says a lot, because you, as we've already found out, we've had people sending us messages saying, "Oh, I got a trivia question." We're like, "Yeah, we already did that.
We already did that one."
Yeah, or in a different way. But especially with Louis with his 800 questions that he has for 39 episodes. So I don't know. Maybe there's only a few people that notice it, but I did. And I
didn't. I didn't. So So one of them things, eh?
All right. Well, now what we want to do is our second part of the show is something that we're really enjoying doing, and it's this.
The Honeymooners podcast presents Whatever Happened To. The boys go deep into their shallow minds and try to imagine what would have happened to certain situations in the show if the episode had a to be continued or a part 2. Yeah, I know. Joe and Louie need real jobs. And now here's Whatever Happened To.
Yes, our fun segment called Whatever Happened To. And this episode...
These are things that people don't really think about. So this is why we're trying to draw to your attention.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you really brought this into a positive light. It's just two people with mental illnesses pretending this is real.
Mental illness week in Clifton, New Jersey. Me and Joe are the poster boys.
Yeah. There's going to be a parade in Clifton this weekend. The Honeymooners mental illness kids, yes. And we don't mean to make fun of mental illness. You know what I mean.
We know.
But the Whatever Happened To is something in the show that we were like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to? And we're going to go with Funny Money.
Funny Money again. That was our very first Whatever Happened To.
Whatever Happened To, because it was
Ralph's job, when he quit his
Yes, when
job.
he quit his job, what happened? Because in episode 3, he had his job again.
back. He's driving a bus.
So in Funny Money, when he got all the money, and then one afternoon, when Alice was out, he had all this brand new furniture delivered. Right? And then when she comes in, she's shocked. His mother-in-law is there. Of course, Alice was gone all afternoon, is still wearing an apron.
Yeah.
Like where are you going all afternoon? You went shopping at the
Freitag's Deli in your apron.
You went to Bamberger's, but you couldn't take your apron off.
Save your jokes for the butcher.
Save your jokes for the butcher. So when she comes back, and then obviously everything goes to pot.
Yeah.
And now he has to bring all the furniture back,
Right, he says,
except for his
great line.
his wardrobe.
His wardrobe.
'Cause he doesn't
The
know
tailor
any
doesn't know any elephants that need a new wardrobe. Great Alice line. And we're gonna do great Alice lines. We have
Absolutely.
We have a future show planned.
Yeah.
But we just have to go through
Absolutely.
them.
Yeah, we just
a lot
have
of them. We have to go through
Yeah,
them.
we have to do some work. We're doing the easy, fun ones where we don't have to do much preparation.
Yeah, we don't because we don't. You know us in preparation. It's like,
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
don't go together.
The only preparation I know ends in H.
Ends H, yeah. Hey, I'll tell you.
My wife, she's a terrible cook. Anyway. But yeah, so what happens now? And they're on we don't even know what floor they're on, right?
Well, I think they're on the second. I'm going to say the
floor?
second because Norton lives upstairs and
Okay.
Judy Connors lives downstairs.
Okay.
So I'm going to say second.
Second floor.
And we don't know how tall the building is.
Right.
Well, if you go on Wikipedia, there is a picture of 328 Chauncey
328,
Street.
yeah, I've
and
seen
you
that,
can see,
yeah.
but it only ends at the third floor. So I don't know if there's anything up higher.
Oh,
But
okay.
you only see
So
3
let's go
floors.
with second floor.
We'll go second floor.
All
we
right.
know he's not on the ground floor because Judy Connors lives downstairs.
That's right. So now they have to bring all of this furniture and bring it back to Stedman's or wherever they got this.
Wallace's
Where they got it?
department
Was it
store.
Wallace's?
Well, probably Wallace's.
Yeah, probably Wallace's. Yeah, the young kid. The young hip kid owned a department store. That's why Judy Collins loved it.
Yeah,
That's why she loved him so much, because he had money. Now, we were saying, first of all, like you said, the stove, right? It's a brand new stove.
Brand new stove.
Right.
Brand new sink.
Yeah.
Brand new refrigerator.
Brand new fridge. That's
He doesn't
right.
have the
Brand
ice
new
box. He got the refrigerator.
Yes.
He had the ice box.
Yes.
So now all that stuff had to go back.
Yeah.
Now,
How are you getting all of this stuff?
where did the original furniture go or appliances?
Yeah,
because they were
exactly.
back in the apartment the next week.
Exactly. Back there. Right. Exactly. And did he have to get a U-Haul, or did they come and get it? I mean, why would they come and get it? He paid for it, but now they got. Well, maybe because the money's no good.
Yeah.
But just bringing it back,
Bringing
and
it
then
back.
him dragging. Maybe the stove was in the kitchen. In the bedroom, and maybe they dragged it back in.
I don't know, but those days, that stove could have literally weighed 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, because stoves back then they were made. You were never going to kill a stove.
No, it would have made like of metal, whatever heck you would make a stove out of those days.
Yeah,
It's
it
not
looked
like
like
today.
the Terminator with no skin on it.
Yeah.
You know, it was just made of metal, and it was just like
Now, did Mr. Johnson have to get a plumber to come in and put the old sink back in, the one that never worked?
the janitor before they got him before he quit.
Before he quit?
Yeah, I wonder who that guy was. But imagine the job that guy had to do. Yes, janitor. Yeah, we need you to take all the furniture out of the apartment.
And be careful with that stove going down the stairs.
Yes, and stop buying those cheap matches.
Love that line.
I love that.
That's a
line.
great ad
Yeah,
lib.
stop buying those cheap matches. Yeah, so we just thought that would be kind of an
was
interesting
funny.
thing
Whatever
to-
happened to-
whatever happened to from episode 15, whatever happened to all the furniture that he bought. And it actually just looked, it did look nice.
Well, said the new stuff was easy. I just went back. They just probably, they called Wallace's or whatever they bought, and and they sent the crew up. But the thing is, what happened to the thing is, where
is
was
that
the
leaky
original?
faucet?
Yeah, the leaky faucet that sounded like a machine gun when they put it on.
When they put it on, yes.
Or burnt Ralph every time he put the hot water on.
Exactly. It would never have
never
enough
worked.
pressure.
You would think Mr. John says, okay, keep the sink, being that this one works.
Yes, exactly. I'll charge you an extra. I'll charge you 20% extra rent, but keep the new furniture. Unbelievable. Yeah.
Oh.
So that was.
So that's whatever happened.
That's our
True.
little whatever happened to. Okay. And the last part of this show, we want to do Flub of the Week.
Flub of the Week, yeah.
But this time, we're going to do 2. We're not doing the competition or whatever. We're just going to give you 2 flubs. And the reason why we're giving you 2 is because, one, we already talked about, but it's so good. it's so good. Which one do you want to do first? The one we did or the new one?
Do the new one first.
The new one.
We'll try. We'll start out with the yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And so in the one Young at Heart, Ralph starts talking about all the stuff he wants to do with Alice to be young again.
Yes.
And he starts saying about all the different phrases.
Yeah, like he's hip.
And he's because he's hip, and he has a major flop. There it is.
Scranton, I'm sorry to intrude at this hour, but I just left Mr.
That's the wrong one. Okay, I need my glasses. Here we go.
I'm going to start taking her to dances and roller skating. I'm going to learn all the new dances. The Big Apple.
Susie Q.
The Continental, Hesitation Waltz.
Dances like from the 20s.
I'm going to learn all the expressions, too, like Bodo-Dio-Do, 23 Skidoo. And I'll kiss you and later I'm eating a potato.
Hold on a second. I'll kiss you eating her later. I'm eating a potato. I'll kiss you. What is he actually?
He's trying to say, I'll kiss you later. I'm eating a potato.
Right, but
that's
it's
the
like,
real. He says, I'll kiss you or eating her later.
I'll kiss you eating her later. I'm eating a potato. I'm gonna. I just want to go back to hear that again.
And I'll kiss you and later I'm eating a potato. That's so funny.
This is so great.
Bodo-Dio-Do, 23 Skidoo. I'll kiss you later. I'm eating a potato.
Now he says it right. Correct.
He says that's what it's supposed to be.
What's wrong with those expressions?
Great line.
Boy, oh boy, how can anyone so round be so square?
That's beautiful. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'll kiss you eating her later. I'll kiss you eating you later. I'm eating a potato. See you later in a while, crocodile alligator. Such a great. And even though he flubs it so bad, and the way he like snaps his finger, and it's I don't know. It's still so.
It's great. It's great. And the thing is, it's an expression like no one's ever heard. I've never heard that expression.
That one I know. Now I know.
I heard the 23 Skidoo and
23 Skidoo and Bodo-Dio-Do.
Yeah,
but I'll kiss you eating you later.
That's just it.
I'll kiss you eating you later.
And it's just so ridiculously corny. It's funny. And it's even
potato.
funnier that he flubs.
That he flubbed it.
The flubs
so
always
bad.
flubs always make things 10 times funnier.
It's just so great. So I'll just play the whole thing again. Just let everybody hear one more time.
I'm going to start taking her to dances and roller skating. I'm going to learn all the new dances. The Big Apple. Susie Q. The Continental, Hesitation Waltz, all of that. And I'm going to learn all the expressions, too, like Bodo-Dio-Do, 23 Skidoo. And I'll kiss you and later I'm eating a potato, all of that.
All right.
That is great.
All right. And finally, before we go, one of our favorite flubs. And we talked about it, I think, in the flub episode.
Yeah, we did.
But
you got to read. No, it's just got to do it again. It's
Mr. Douglas. It's from The Golfer. It's when he comes in to tell Ralph that Mr. Mr. Harper, who
became Mr. He got promoted to Mr.
Marshall. Yeah,
Mr. Marshall in the later episodes.
Yeah. He changed his identity. He got a new passport, and he became Mr. Marshall.
Had a better job at the bus company.
He can't play golf because he chipped a bone in his ankle,
which he almost screws up that line too.
Yeah.
Listen to it real closely.
It's like he's drunk and he's slurring his lines, but he's saying the words until
And this is a one.
I'm sorry to
this is a one and done.
One and
right?
done guy. So
Yep,
looks like he's trying to get off stage as fast as he can because he's like he's a bundle of nerves.
Scranton, I'm sorry to intrude at this hour, but I just left Mr. Harper in the hospital, and he asked me to drop by and see him.
Mr. Harper is in a hospital?
Oh, yes, nothing serious, really. He just slipped and chipped a bone in his ankle.
Slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
Chipped a bone in his ankle? I mean, he chipped the bone in his ankle. You mean he won't be able to play golf Sunday?
I'm afraid not. The doctor says he won't be able to play for about a couple of months, so he asked me to drop by and tell you how sorry he was to disappoint you.
Now, even right before it, he's got a little bit. He's almost like he got the words out.
He's
but
stumbling.
You can tell he's stumbling.
He's stumbling.
And then, boy, did he.
Then he
boy,
fell.
when I went down, what a vibration.
Really went down, didn't I?
And he goes, him. Here we go. I'll just play that part.
You mean he won't be able to play golf Sunday?
I'm afraid not. The doctor says he won't be able to play for about a couple of months, so he asked me to drop by and tell you how sorry he was to disappoint you.
Tell him, you, them, our,
he,
she,
it,
the.
Every pronoun in the English.
Every pronoun. It's like he was being politically correct
today.
You know?
You're like with like 27 pronouns that we have today.
Well, it's just him, you, them.
Oh God, it's a riot.
Fantastic.
And I always tell Joe, there's flubs. We just did Jackie Gleason flub, and there's Norton flubs and stuff like that. But to me, there's nothing funnier than a secondary character, especially the one and dones.
One and dones, yeah.
When they flub it, they're only big. And to me, that's just the funniest.
It was their moment to shine.
You're on the honey. Yeah, right down the tube.
Right down the toilet.
Right in the sewer.
It's just great. Yeah, that's just the best when they can do that. So, well, listen. That was episode 15. I had a great time doing it. It was so much fun. And, oh, yeah, that's right. We got to do trivia.
Yeah, keep on talking, Joe.
Yes. All right, we're going to do our trivia question of the day. And does Louie have a trivia question?
Yeah, I think I got one.
All right.
Okay, we're going to go with, let's bring it back to the, I love the Raccoon Lodge.
Gotcha.
Okay, what lodge member was an undertaker?
Undertaker. Oh, he's got the excuse. He can't bring anybody. Because he's an undertaker.
Just a little levity to break the tension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not Cassidy. Was it Cassidy?
He actually plays two characters in the Raccoon Lodge, this guy.
Well, because is he Bill Davis?
No.
Okay. Because Bill Davis is one of the
guys. No, this guy.
Right.
This is he's actually another member. He plays another member of the Raccoon Lodge also.
Oh, is it Stanley Saxon?
No.
Okay. Wiedemeyer.
No. You're gonna go through the whole Raccoon
Yeah,
Lodge.
I'm gonna go through the
Freddie Muller. Let's throw Freddie Muller in
I was
there.
about to say Freddie Muller. How about Joe Rumsey? Who is it?
Brother Drebin.
Drebin.
Who is also the same guy that plays Pete Woodruff at the costume party.
Who is also the phone guy.
The phone guy. He plays like three phone guys.
Yeah.
And the director on the stage.
On stage, yeah. We should do one about him.
Yeah.
An episode about him.
He installs three phones.
And he's also installing
Mrs. Halpern's antenna. Aerial.
The aerial.
Yeah, the
right?
aerial they called it. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, God.
All right.
Expert installer. But he's also Brother Drebin.
And
he's also Pete Woodruff.
Pete Woodruff, the golfer. The 20s Playboy golfer.
1920s.
Yeah.
Nice trying to costume, Pete.
Yes. All right, everybody. Well, listen, thank you for, listening to the show and share it with your friends. Put it out on your social media. I want to also,
Joe.
Yes.
Yeah, just want to say something. Well, we had a couple people telling us that they were having trouble bringing up some episodes. They were coming up unavailable. Joe fixed that.
Yes, we got it done. Frank, who runs our website, got that fixed. So we're good. Mm-hmm. They're all running fine. And so I want to thank all of the Honeymooners groups that we're part of that help us promote. They allow us to promote on there. It's the Honeymooners, it's the Honeymooners Raccoon Lodge, and it's also the original 39. And also Edward Lillywhite Norton, he helps run some of those groups, and he's got his own podcast, the Honeymooners Trivia Podcast, which is actually very good. He mixes it up nice, where he plays some old stuff from the 50s, so it sounds like it's like an old radio show, and he's got like different people that get like a Raccoon of the Month type of thing. Right. and it's good. I liked his last one, number 53. So we appreciate that. And don't forget, I also do another show. It's called The Conti and Kenny Show. It's a internet radio show / podcast. Nothing like this, because we're filthy and we're terrible human beings. But it's on morelikeradio.com, and it's with me, my pal Kenny Michaels, and also Joey Image. It's me, an alcoholic, and a wrestler.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
triumvirate.
Yes. It's the Conti and Kenny Show, and that's it. So thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye, Mr. Crandon. I'll be seeing you.
I'll be seeing you, Irving Kane and Sammy Fain, 1938.
Oh, Mr. Crandon, it's all over now.
It's all over now. Bassy Simon, 1927.
No, good night, Mr. Crandon.
Good night. There were 2 songs, Good Night. It was Good Night, Irene, written by Lomax and Ledbetter. Good Night, Sweetheart, written by Rudy Valley and Ray Noble.
This has been a non-productive media presentation. Executive producer, Frank Hablawi. This program and many others like it on the Non-Productive Network is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives license. Please share it, but ask before trying to change it or sell it. For more information, visit non-productive.com.